You hear that, guys? You know what that is? That's me hyperventilating for you guys because I'm worried for you. Because first off, look at the title. Bitcoin's going down. And as you know, I always call this right. But I'm hyperventilating for you guys because I'm worried for you, because I know it's been a while since I made one of these hot, thick videos telling you which way the market's going to go. And I see you guys on Twitter, this shit will not move and people will not stop texting me. But look, I see you on Twitter. Alex, you haven't given me any thick calls anymore. I can't raise my kids anymore. Alex, I tried to do crypto on my own. Now I can't pay for my girlfriend's dinner. Will you take her on a date? The answer is no, because I care about you. I care about you. And we know your girlfriend would never recover. She'd never be able to date another man, because as you know, I am the most woke, the most empty house, business crypto fat advice guy with a great body who is also family friendly, PG. Get your kids in here. Get your girlfriend out, because I'm taking anyways. And we got to talk about Bitcoin going down, because frankly, jokes aside, guys, it could very much go down. And we need to talk about what should we put our money in if Bitcoin does go down. At this point in time, we have to look at the stats. We have to look at the stats. I am personally of the belief that I don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. But if we look at the history, we look at the history books right here, guys. By the way, follow me at CSS Becker. We're doing like a $3,000 Doge giveaway on this video. Follow me there. It's cool. I also talk about calls earlier. But let's look at the history. Okay, we're going to pull this out. And if you want to see one prediction, here's the first prediction. Here's the first soothsaying I will give you. Go look in the comments section as everybody who's freaking out saying, do the opposite of this guy. Becker said it was going to dip last time, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to say anything like that in this video. Just go read it, laugh at it. It's funny. I'm not here to say Bitcoin's going up and down. I'm saying we need to be prepared for any situation right here. Because if we're looking at the history of Bitcoin right here, back in the times of old, you can actually see when there was the major crash for Bitcoin, it went all the way from $6,000 all the way up to nearly $12,000 at its peak of this pump right here. And what you need to realize is that a characteristic of Bitcoin bear markets is there's a point where it comes down and it relief rallies up and then people exit. You see this in the dot-com boom. You've seen this in all the other crypto crashes. And I'm frankly kind of leaning towards that we're at a dead cat right now. I really don't want it to be, because you guys know I've been doing very well in microcaps, specifically gaming microcaps and sub-ecosystem microcaps. I've gotten my dose of blow. I have gotten my hit. I have gotten my high. I don't want to go back into the bear. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. But we need to be looking at this and saying like, look, this is what Bitcoin always does. It's not the exception. This is the default. Now, my honest opinion before I talk about where I'm looking to put my money at and what I think we need to be looking at is that I just don't smell it. Like I'm very skeptical of us doing this right here, because the entire world, I don't think the entire world's adopting Bitcoin, really. I think Bitcoin's a giant turd, and there's no secret about that. But I think the rest of cryptocurrency is just being picked up. It's being picked up. It's going mainstream. There isn't a single celebrity. There isn't a single big CEO. There isn't a single anybody that's not buying cryptocurrency. There just isn't. There isn't a single company that's not hiring people to go into it. There just isn't. And I think with that, more acceptance of Bitcoin is going to come. I don't see any point to owning Bitcoin. The returns are terrible. It's terrible tech. But go. Also, for my actual viewers and people that watch this video, just to clear one thing up, because you can see in the comments, people are going to be like, well, Becker said that Bitcoin's dead at 30K, 29K, and he sold his Bitcoin. One, I never owned Bitcoin, you idiots. I also clearly, you can go check the timestamps of my video, sold all my ADA at about 175, which was a 39K Bitcoin, and also dumped a lot of my crypto at 55K. Okay? I wasn't telling you to sell everything at 29K. What I was saying is be careful here, because it could go much lower. Historically, it's gone much lower. And also, I was waiting for about 27K because I believe mass acceptance is happening, like I just said. Also, for people who are new to this channel, please understand, when I reference the price of Bitcoin, I don't buy this garbage coin. What I buy in reference to Bitcoin is other coins like Cardano, Solana, DOT, and whatnot. Okay, Luna. And so when I mention the price of Bitcoin, what I'm actually referencing is the price of these things at the time of this. Because if Bitcoin is diving, you can expect these coins to dive super hard. But if Bitcoin is stable or going up, it gives them breathing room to pump much harder than Bitcoin. So if I'm saying like a $44,000 Bitcoin right now, I'm referring to a $72 Solana. Okay, I know you have to put two to two together there, but that's what I'm going to be referencing the rest of the video, and that's how I talk. That's why I always mention the price of Bitcoin, even though I don't own it. Read the comments. I'm just kidding. I'm not. But go read the comments. It's funny. Look, everything else is being picked up and adopted. Luna's getting actual adoption, and this is where our actual problem does come in, though. Okay, while there is so much momentum and there is actual adoption happening, the word adoption is being thrown around like the word literally. It's being used too much, and it literally doesn't mean what it literally means. We're dancing on the grave of this term right here. These things are not actually being adopted. I hate to break it to you. I hate to just tell you straight up. Look, no one's actively using, or just some of these things, but the world is not going to the gas station. The world's not going to Starbucks and going, oh man, I really wish I could pay for this with Ethereum or Cardano or XRP. No one's doing this right now, okay? No one's using this tech. For the most part. You're not going to go into Walmart and see people using Chainlink or Litecoin. You're not going to go to any sites that are selling normal goods and see them using these right now. You're going to see most people, if we were to put Cardano or Ethereum or anything on their wallet or even Bitcoin, they'd be like, can I just use my credit card, please? And to make this point before people freak out, I know what smart contracts are. I know they're not a form of currency. You're also not going to see people making legal agreements with Ethereum right now, or doing their house, or lending consistently with Ethereum. Yes, this is being used in crypto for the mass world. No, this doesn't have any customers yet. This is just what's going on. Does that mean I don't think it's going to happen? Absolutely not. But that means that these price and these valuations are based on speculation, so there's nothing to prop them up except more speculation and popularity. The end. But there's something you need to look at right here. And this isn't going to be a gaming kick video. I'm actually going to talk about a few other things I'm looking at as well. But you got to go look at coins like, for example, Illuvium. Okay, Illuvium was busting its all-time high when we were in the mist, deep in the bowels, snuggled up, having a nice breakfast omelet with the bear the bear market right here. Okay, we were pumping very hard during the bear market. Also, NFTs were pumping very hard in the bear market. They're still pumping right now. Why? Why were these things pumping in the bear market? Why were yield farming things pumping in the bear market? It's because they're actually being used. Or there's speculation they're going to be used because other things about them are being used. For example, if we go look at Axie, the gaming platform, not gaming platform, this little game, it's goofy. But you can see right here, this was pumping like nobody's business because people were actually playing this game. And there's tons of other crypto games that people were actually playing. So what am I trying to say here? The way I'm investing right now, and the way I think you should consider, just ponder in the back of your head, this is not financial advice. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just a guy with a picture of a dog on Twitter who screams profanity at you and says he's going to take your girlfriend on a date. So if this is who you're getting advice from, what's wrong with you? That said, my humble, honest, ill-informed opinion, which had no basis, I'm a total crypto noob, is that my investing strategies, I want to grab things that are going to do well in the bear market. And what is going to do well in the bear market? Things that are actually being used. For example, yeah, Amazon, the stock could go down right now. But for example, when Amazon transitioned from a speculatory asset, which was like not really doing anything, to like a company that was like actually being used by lots of people, it's not going anywhere. That stock price is not, it's not cratering back to zero. It's not a speculative company anymore. This is not Amazon in the dot-com boom. This is Amazon where stuff is being sold from. Okay, it's the place where people sell stuff. That's the use case of it. This would be the difference between Uber when it was an idea and people were playing with the idea of ride sharing to when people actually started using it for ride sharing, even when it was small. Like the genie's out of the bottle. Okay, once something's being used, the price is not going back to zero. We're not going to see this like, okay? So for example, Axie's being used, and until a better game comes out and beats Axie or something like that, this thing isn't going anywhere, okay? And that's the whole reason we saw like Illuvium pumping right here, because Illuvium isn't out yet and they see people doing this. I'm not telling you to buy these, by the way. In these videos, I'm not telling you to buy these. The market cap for Illuvium is way too high. I got Illuvium when it was like nothing. So this is an example of like my thought process in play. But what is going to be big in the bear market? Here is what's going to be big. Here is what is going to work if we go bear or bull. Which again, I want to stay bull, guys. Look, don't get me wrong. I've really enjoyed making 200, 300% gains doing nothing. I forgot what it was like to make free money for sitting on my butt and, well, doing nothing. It's great. I love it. The high, Ooh, juicy. I'm back in the spirit. I was yelling at my girlfriend about what an NFT was and then how you can trade them for buildings at brunch the other day. I'm back in the spirit. I'm back in the bull run spirit. That being said, if we take an oopsie doopsie, I'm investing in things for the long term right now. I'm really just exhausted of flipping stuff. And so let me just get to the point right here. So what's happening all over crypto right now is there's a lot of things that are for the customer. Look, none of these top 10 cryptos right here, okay, sure, maybe they have some customers, and there's going to be exceptions to what I say right here. I'm using gross summarization right here. But none of these really have customers yet. Don't hit me with a meteorite. I'm talking about main mass market customers. We're not going to see, like, we're going to see people maybe building with Polkadot or Solana or whatnot. But we really haven't seen anything to prop this up use-wise like an Amazon. I'm talking mass customers using it, buying and exchanging it. They're just using it every single day. Okay, I'm not talking about using it to pay for stuff. I'm talking about like using actual products. The closest thing on here is Bitcoin because people are actually using it as a store of value, but that's a talk for another time. So you have to ask yourself, what cryptos are actually being used? What parts of crypto are going to be used bear or bull? So a really good example of this would be like, I'm just going to throw this one out here, Filecoin. It's used for storage. Okay, it uses the blockchain and decentralized things to store things much cheaper. Or at least that's my understanding of it. What I'm describing right here, and I have not researched Filecoin much at all. It's not the coin that I'm investing in. I'm just talking about a general coin. This right here is something that people will use to replace Amazon AWS. This is something that people will use and will have a massive advantage over centralized cloud storage. If we look at a crypto like Theta, which is massively undervalued right now, and I'm mentioning giant caps right now because I don't want to pump anything, but this is used for streaming. It's been partnered with YouTube. It's going to be used for those type of things. If we look at like VRA, for example, okay, this is going to be plugging straight in the esports. It's going to be used for the streaming services and everything that's going on there. If we keep going down the rabbit hole and we go into gaming and we go into yield farming, these are things that are actually picking up adoption and demand right now, particularly things related to NFTs, games, and in my opinion, yield farming. What are these three things and why should you know about them? Okay, first off, NFTs. We all know what NFTs are, all right? This is the difference between an NFT coin that I'm talking about and these financial system, DeFi contracts. This is super rare. They gave me $50,000 yesterday because I've been a member of their site. They gave me $50,000 in tokens. They gave everybody. This wasn't a sponsored thing. And I was looking at the price of this and I was like, should I sell this? I'm like, no. Why? Because Super Rare has $90 million of sales on their site. $90 million of art has been sold on here. You see all the famous artists in the world here, and you see all the big ticket buyers buying from this site. This is an actual used customer-facing business. The end. It's not a crypto. It's not hypothetical or speculation. This business is being used, and people are not going to stop buying NFTs. Maybe they're going to stop with the whole avatar projects. Yeah, of course. That's coming. Okay. You need to get into good avatar projects if you're getting into it. Don't buy all these random ones. Just get a Doge Pound. This isn't going away. People are going to be buying NFT art. It's done. The people that are buying this are super rich, and they're not going to panic sell it. You know, I know people that have bought NFTs for 50, 100 ETH. They're not going to sell in a bear. They're not going to sell if Bitcoin tanks. It's not attached to it. And this is why when Bitcoin tanked, you saw NFTs just, they didn't care. They literally didn't care because people are into status symbols, collecting art, collecting collectibles, and throwing around their wee-wees and avatar projects. That's what they were into. Do I think the NFTs will take a dip? Yes, but this is not going away. And this business right here, Super Rare, it's not going away. It's not just going to stop. It's not going to go into an NFT cold war, cold winter like we saw before. It's just simply not. So I'm holding Super Rare because Super Rare actually has customers that buy from it every day. They're not going to stop buying art if we go into a bear market. Okay, next, let's talk about games. Okay, so we're looking at Axie Infinity right here. I don't play this. I really haven't ever logged into it, but it's making so much money because there's 1 million people playing it right now. So why did Axie blow up in the temporary bear market that we experienced, or maybe the start of the bear market? Because people are actually playing Axie. Do you think all the people that are playing to earn an Axie, do you think all the people that are enjoying the game right now while making money, do you think they're going to stop playing because Bitcoin goes down? Do you think they're going to be like, oh, Bitcoin's down, so I just have to stop earning money. I have to stop playing this game. Do you think people are going to stop playing Fortnite because Bitcoin goes down? Do you think if people were paid to play Fortnite, you think doubly they'd stop playing Fortnite? If you do, you're a goof troop. This is why during the bear market, it just did what it was going to do. Same exact thing goes with gambling. Dude, people have figured out crypto gambling now. Like, they've got it. They've got it in the Zed Run. They've got it in the other sites. They're playing poker View Crypto. People are not going to stop gambling, and they're not going to stop using USDC to transfer stuff around. And the end. That's just what they're going to do. So this is why I'm investing in launch pads. This is why I'm investing in gaming launch pads. This is why I'm investing in games. I'm going to give you one little tip right here. And it's not buy my bags. I want to show you one of the best trades of my life right here. All right, I got Illuvium when it was. This is at least 100 to 200x for me at this point right here, and I'm not selling it. Okay, this is all based on what's going on with Axie over there. But look, I want to show you something really specific here at the start of this coin. All right, if you go look at the price of this coin for months, it did nothing. Nothing. You had the most glorious of glorious entry points right here. Why? Because so many projects in gaming, so many projects in yield farming, so many projects in NFTs are completely on the radar if you're only, because everybody's just focusing on what influencers and crypto Twitter are saying. If you go off the beaten path, join groups, talk to people, get to know people that actually know what they're talking about, you're going to see so many amazing projects, I've gotten invested in a ton today, that are at dirt cheap, still bear market caps. Okay? And you have the opportunity of a lifetime to buy these, and you're looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum and ADA. You people are crazy. Okay? You're crazy, because at this point right here, this was bear market for Illuvium. This thing wasn't going lower. Like, the lowest price it was going to get was like $48. Like, that was during the dump. This is a free entry. This is a free lunch right here. Like, this is the bear market. Everybody, the only price supporting this right now is the people that are locked in and like the hardcore holders. This is people that just truly believe. And at this point, it was at like, I don't know, like a $5 million, $20 million market cap. I'm not sure. Let's go look at the market cap. Right here, 37, got down to 26. Like, that was the amount of the dive right here. This dove almost less than Bitcoin did. Okay. And here's the thing you got to really look at. It sat at a micro cap or a market cap of $5 million about for almost a couple weeks. This is happening all over the place, by the way. This is happening all over the place. Not in all the big launch pads that everybody's putting in your face. If you go to launch pads that aren't getting any attention, this is what's happening right here. Okay. For example, I was able to pick up a fantastic launch pad I was talking about on Twitter. You should follow me there. I give hints. Everybody jumped into that thing, is up like 400% right now. 300%. But again, you had plenty of time to get in on this. You had plenty of time to get in on this. And you had plenty of time here to get in on this. Look for these projects that aren't being super hyped right now. There's tons in gaming right now. There's so many there are dumpster market caps. And as soon as people discover them, they blow up. Virtue Poker was an example of that. That thing blew up here recently. Once people are like, oh my gosh, it's an actual game that works and it has a low market cap. Blew up. Yield farming. I'm not going to share my favorite yield farming in videos because it will pump, but there are yield farming platforms out there. They are sharing what's working in yield farming. I can tell you without the shadowest of a doubt, when big money starts to see the market crash and they take their money out, the smart big cryptos, they start yield farming. This is where you provide liquidity for certain protocols and you get a ROI on it. You can get 20%, 30% APY on it. So that means if you put in $100,000, you make $20,000 back a year. Right? You put in $1 million, you're making $200,000 back a year. Am I telling you to do this right now? No, I'm not telling you to do anything in this video. What I am telling you is that is what the big money does when they see the bear market coming. People don't want to get rid of all their crypto. They want to take their USDC, for example, and use it as liquidity so they can make passive income. I'm telling you, smart cryptos make money bear or bull. And what they're going to do, and what they do when it goes bear, is they convert their stuff to USDC and they store it, they sell it for lead, and they use it for yield farming. Now, what's going to be popular in yield farming is people copying other yield farmers. And group yield farming platforms that show all the best yield farms and whatnot. Go research them. It's going to be absolutely huge, because if we go bear or bull, and I think this will be stronger in the bear, you're going to see people FOMO like wild animals into yield farming, because it's the best way to make passive income from all the money you made in the bull run. Then you can buy coins on these yield farming platforms, and then you can buy the tokens of these yield farming platforms, and they skyrocket in value when people are doing all this yield farming stuff. Look into it. Finally, the last thing I would suggest is, I'm not telling you to buy NFTs if you are a person that needs liquidity. Okay, so look, if the money in your bank account disappeared, you couldn't pay your rent or something like that, you should ignore this. But the NFT projects that have strong communities in a bear market probably aren't going to dump very hard, and they're going to go right back up. Why? All right, go look at CryptoPunks, for example. Floor is like $130,000. Anybody that needed to sell their CryptoPunk, that was tempted to sell their CryptoPunk, has sold their CryptoPunk by now. The last person that bought a CryptoPunk for $130,000, he is not selling that thing at a panic price. He's just not. If you go look at Bored Apes, look, the people buying these things for $30,000, $45,000 right now, these are not people that are hurting for cash. These are not people that need a panic sale. These are people that really want a damn ape. They just want the damn ape. $45,000 is worth it. Saying that they're going to sell their apes or their punks is like saying that people are going to rush the store and sell their Rolex when they have plenty of money laying around if Bitcoin dumps. So let's imagine we got a guy that's worth $50 million, $20 million, $10 million. Bitcoin dumps. He's still worth $10, $20 million. Is he going to rush the store and sell his Rolex that he got in his prized possession? No, he's probably going to sell other things first. It's going to be the same effect with NFTs. And what you should look for if we go bear is NFTs that don't dump. And you should buy them like a wild animal, because then they will be actual stores of value and they will go up in value super quickly. That's it, guys. Those are the 4 things I would be looking at. 5, I don't even know how much I counted. If you want to see the coins and the smaller things I'm looking at, follow me at ZSS Becker on Twitter. I don't really like mention them in these videos except super subtly, because then they pump and then you guys get dumped on. And while I find that literally hilarious, because I tell you not to get in the pump and dumps, I don't like doing that to the projects. So take it for what it's worth. Follow me at ZSS Becker. I got nothing else to say.